that didn't happen in Senegal. They were not scared to be arrested by the dictator. They did not decide to go and cooperate with him so that they can have a share in whatever it is. No. They all came out and what? They shut down the country. And the guy brought out the military and the police. As usual. The entire country was in chaos. The protesters are not going anywhere. The policemen were becoming those ones that they have to rescue from the people. Supreme Court came in. Their own Supreme Court in their country. You know what the Supreme Court said? The president has had no such power. You have no such power. You are not the electoral body. The electoral body have been here. We asked them that, can you conduct the election? They said they can. So who the hell is the president? To now come and dictate, to now come and tell everybody if election can hold or not. The Supreme Court now ruled that the election must take place. They didn't just rule, they picked the date. Yeah, the Supreme Court picked the date and they announced it. Yeah, go and do your elections. The president did here. And the election took place, started from last week. Senegalese abroad were those who first voted. Somebody said the guy who is now the opposition that is declared winner, the youngest president in Africa, elected by the youngest people in his country. Somebody, E85 told me that the guy is a stooge of France. See, Baba, like I said, the moral of this story, the lesson from this whole story is to show to the giant of Africa and the people that are, the captured people, the conquered people of Nigeria, that believes that the rest of Africa are still living inside the mud. When people are actually taking up and standing up against their oppressors, they're not cowering about and all that. Okay? So yeah, the moral of the story is that the rest of Africa that used to look up to Nigeria, they are currently not looking to anywhere. They are looking up to themselves now. And they are making a mark that a lot of you in Nigeria who are licking the asses of your, criminal leaders and the relics you call leaders there too, right? This could be something. Okay, a 44-year-old man is now going to be the president of Senegal. Whether he's going to, be a very great president or he's not going to be a great president, that is none of your business for now. The people's power is bigger than people in power. Do you know that? They say the people's power is more mightier and bigger than the people in power. In Senegal, this didn't happen years ago. It happened just few minutes, few hours ago. And a lot of you are living witnesses for it. Some of you are already waiting for 2027 on how you are going to ensure that your oppressors at different levels, they continue to, we will continue to show this to your children, how useless a lot of you are and how useless you will always end up being. But your children will see this and one day your children will come around and say, Papa, you'll be a useless person. Like, how did you even end up being my own father? Your children will one day say that to you, those of you who prefer, who love your chains than anything else, right? So in Senegal, when this whole thing is done, the president of Senegal had to now congratulate the man he once locked up in prison. And this one will now become the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Republic of Senegal or Senegal Republic. Whether he is now a stooge of France, stooge of Belgium, or stooge of England, something has just happened. He is not elected by France. He is not installed by Belgium. And this guy is indeed not made the president of Senegal by the West. Is he going to kowtow to them and all that? I think time will tell. I don't want us to be so straight judgmental right away. I want you to let them savor this moment, something that was completely impossible a few weeks ago. It's never going to happen. But the system that the current president has not been able to compromise, the judiciary saved Senegal. And then the people's power prevailed. That is the lesson from there. I'll show you.
Centre de vote boulevard Koundouji. Dakar Est commune de Touba. Ñu toll nii moo nekk ci ginnaaw bâche bi moo ci ginnaaw fii bureau 17 ba 32 moo nekk fii côté bi bureau 17 ba 32 fële bureau 1 moo nekk ci ginnaaw ba 16 noonu la koy seet.
I don't know what they sing, but I kind of, feel like I should be shaking to that for them. Nigerians will never know how that feels. Because you will never have a chance of choosing your own leaders without the influence of the judicial bandits, the criminal military, the murderous extortionist policemen, as well as the useless media that you have in that place too. So you will never know how it feels. The relics, all right? The career criminals, the old demented relics that you love to push on, and you will never understand how that feels. The power to actually choose who you want to lead you and reject those you do not want to lead you. You will never know how that feels. A lot of you will never know how that feels in that contraption called Nigeria until it is broken up. The people of Agbo, where is this area?
Destroying people's farm and making farmers regretting ever doing farming. Can you just imagine the population of Just imagine the population. Just imagine the population. This is what is happening in Obaru today. This is what is happening in Obaru today. This is what is happening in Obaru today. Obaru, all the youth, elders of the villages in Obaru. This is what they are doing today. And I love that. Obaru, one love. Osomala omuna nkwo obakoba ochuche akelozizo atani odebe ohita. This is what they are doing today. They drove in the X-Men out to Uga Junction for them to find their way out of Obaru. This is what is happening in Obaru local government today. I love the action. The action is massive. Guys are not smiling. Obaru used to not smiling this morning. When I mean they're not smiling, they're not smiling. Watch population of Nama in one local government. Can you imagine? Keep on destroying.
So people, that's Nigeria. At least you can see the change, Abi. These are the kind of problems Nigerians have to face and deal with every day. Every day. Where Ogbaru? I always believe that Ogbaru is in Delta. Somebody said Ogbaru is in Onitsha. Is that right? When I say don't say where I don't remember this geography, you know. I bet where Ogbaru day again, So the people of that community, of different communities surrounding the local government area, they decided to start chasing the Fulani herdsmen and their cows that are destroying their communities. And if they dare try to do them, now wahala. So the communities, all of them came together and said, today, every cow in our local government will be gone. They didn't wait for government. This is Nigeria. So somebody said Ogbaru is in Onitsha, Anambra State. I'm going to take that because some people are confusing me. Because me, I know. Oh, look at me. When I heard Ogbaru, you know the name that came to my head? It is that great Ogberu, or is it Great Ogbaru? That guy from Delta that's been contesting that he wants to be governor since I was a teenager. I think his name is Great Ogbaru. I used to read about him a lot in the papers when I was in Nigeria, so I got to know a lot about him. Like, oh, this guy will never be governor. So Ogbaru is, as a community, as a local government area, is in Anambra State. Great Ogboru, rather, Ogboru. It should be Great Ogboru. You remember him now from Delta. That's what came to my mind, not Ogbaru, Ogboru. So yeah, Ogbaru is in Anambra. And talking about Anambra. Earlier today, Peter Obi, who is from that same Anambra, continued his Ramadan tour. And he was in Kano today. So I'm going to take you to Kano. But before that, here is what he told, I believe, the Emir of Kano, that you know that Nigeria is now the headquarters of the hungry people in the world. Of course, we do know. So it sort of continued to, well, anyway, listen.
Perception. For me, Kebbi State is one of those states that are classified, have maintained this is not our politics. Nigeria can make more money from agriculture than it makes from oil. The reason why we have a situation we have, especially in the north, of insecurity. No. And investing in the north will put Nigeria out of its problem. Call it vast, uncultivated land of any nation in the world. Individual states in the north are bigger than countries, including Kebbi. Kebbi is sitting up as a country, and it has about a population of about 5.5, call it 6. Belgium is 11.9. Kebbi has land to cultivate rice, to feed this country. Let's invest money in them. let's do that. So for me, the North becomes an area where every day I preach and say, we cannot continue the way we're going. It is impossible. I just visited Sokoto. Just entering University of Sokoto where I started born, on both sides, on beside the university, agricultural land, more cultivated. You can feed the university, you do everything. And that's what I'm seeing wherever I drive, fly around in the north. We cannot continue like this. We have other countries, similar countries in Africa. If you drive from Morocco, from Casablanca to the port, 3 hours on both sides is all agricultural products. And today, look at what they're doing with agricultural products. So for me, it's a private visit. Thank you for the cost visit, but it also gives me opportunity to continue to see what I believe that we need to invest in. We must do that to be able to help ourselves. Because like I said, we'll deal with inflation, we'll fight hunger. Nigeria is 109 reception. For me,
so he kept saying that anyway, and he will continue to repeat himself. And I promised you last night, I said, you do not have to like demo. See, you have spent how many hours now? You've spent about 90 minutes with me so far. And I believe it's probably one of, the fulfilling 90 minutes you've spent with me. Okay? Now that the whole conversation is now going straight to where, the obedient are going to pay rapt attention. I am not asking you to like them. If you see any nonsense in that comment section, it will be the last thing you will say on this program, on this platform as well. It is advised that you keep your opinion to yourself. Whether you are for Biafra, Yoruba Nation, or whatever you are for, this will be an ideal time to keep your opinion to yourself. If you say anything, indeed, like you normally do, all right, it will be the last thing you are going to see on this platform tonight. Do you get that? So you've had about 90 minutes, and this moment, where you have other members of this temple, the segment of the obedient, I implore you to respect whatever you're going to see from now. And if you can't, keep your opinion to yourself. Let's go to that canoe. This is what I picked right there when they said Obi was in their town and what he had to tell them. They were breaking fast as usual, eating with the poor and the rest of that. Call it drama. It is concerning for some. And that's why I'm going to leave it out there. Yeah. Oh, did I just miss that? Sorry.
There's enough food for everyone that to be as provided. But because of the excitement and the people, just the fact that Mr. PW is here to break fast with them in Fagi, they will not even listen. Mr. Peter is here and the excitement was too much. Yet they're quite so excited that they can't even listen. It's almost unbelievable. Like they encourage us to break fast with Muslim people. Just
Breaking fast. I have told you why I am going to keep showing you them and what they are doing. And to those of you who believe that is wasting his time is a joke, the ideal thing is to keep that to yourself. But since I cannot control what you say or how you say it, sure you get, you can always speak your mind, okay? And I also have the right to ensure that somebody like yourself, you will never have a place like on here to feel comfortable. Do you get that? So yesterday I was explaining to people, and I did that in a way that people felt like I was really angry. Yeah, I might be angry, but the whole reaction is just to get the message to kind of, reach home. I am not somebody who is interested in the election, and I will never be part of it. However, for those of you who have seen them before now and all of that, okay, you are likely going to agree with me that if all of you have enough control or something like maybe influence to actually tell all disobedient, okay, that they are wasting their time, Nigeria will never work. It's a pure waste and all that. Do not try to save her. If you have that much influence, if I do, I will use it right now. If I could just do that, did like this to all of you. Abracadabra. Oyala, braba, like that. And all of them I will just see waiting I will make you see. It could be like, say, like, like something like a light that comes and you're like, and I say, now everybody get yourself ready now. We must break up this shithole and free ourselves. Yes, we must break it up. And now if I have such power, I will use it right away, but I don't, you don't. But in the absence of that, there is something called persuasion as well. It's a skill. It is something you have to know that sometimes when people don't get their fingers really burnt, they don't believe you. Now, you do not burn a bridge just simply because you feel like they are not listening to you or they won't listen to you. If you have such power to control them, won't you use it? So then we said, if all of us know what we have in common, you may not know that we all have something in common. You are watching this video because you have something that somehow reminds you of Nigeria every now and then, right? Your family, your relatives, your this, your that. Something reminds you of Nigeria, even though you are far away from the place. So when you see a platform that actually talks more about the disjointed Nigeria and what is wrong and what can be done, here you are. You sat there now for over 90 minutes. Why do you think you are seated there listening to me? Is it not because you are interested in what is going on in that contraption? Is that not why you sat there all this night? So the point is that we all have something in common, and that thing is that a contraption called Nigeria that has worked enough to divide and show us who we are very well is still standing. There are some people who actually make it still standing, which means those who didn't really know what they should know. And as life is a teacher, where we believe that the more experience you have, the more you live, the more you will be experienced, right? So if you are building something that is going to actually undo some generational things like this, you shouldn't be in a combative mode with the people that you actually have a lot to share in common. I said a lot about that last night. I'm not going to waste my time on it tonight, because I believe I'm speaking and I'm talking to adults. I'm not talking to babies. So if I have to explain to adults that, listen, the enemy of your enemy should be your friend, it doesn't mean that you have to be their friend, okay? Or you have to drop what you believe for theirs. No. It's just that you have something in common, and at a point you all have to come together. All of us would have to come together. It doesn't matter what you believe in. We all have to come together and get rid of these criminals when we are done, when we are really, really done. So I said something this afternoon. I said, why I have to do that or say that please don't come onto my platform and think. When you see Obi on the screen, Obi has 6 to 7 million people that are allocated to him by the INEC of Nigeria. These are supposed to be the supposed fellow Nigerians that you would indeed have to convince that referendum is the way out. You know that. Everybody is throwing up what they believe in. Mine is